And Powerhouse enter Albert Park for round 11 of Rugby Victoria's Dewar Shield. Round 11 brings us this clash between two sides that have their fingerprints well and truly over Victorian rugby DNA. Powerhouse and Harlequins from Albert Park. Moment silence for Powerhouse, former club president and longest surviving past player George Wal. George joined the club when he moved from Queensland in 1956, played halfback and represented Victoria in the early 1960s. After retiring, George remained a passionate supporter of the club. He will be sadly missed. Our thoughts are with his wife Val, his brother John, and all who knew him. This weekend, Powerhouse are playing to pay their respects to George. You can see George photographed with the 1963 first grade team across Powerhouse's socials. House running right to left in this one. Traditional green and black hoops. Quins in their away jersey. We're waiting kickoff from the Powerhouse side, who are on their premiership redemption. Away and racing at Albert Park. Quins will receive kickoff and exit their 22 immediately out over halfway with a clearing kick. Powerhouse, who have started the season extremely strong, dropping just the one game away to Footscray back earlier in the season. Harlequins have fared just a little bit worse, going 5-4 from their 9 games. Of course, losing it at the death to Footscray a couple of weeks ago on Rugby Victoria's Match of the Day program. We're here for the Dewar Shield. Line out thrown, one by Powerhouse in the air, went through the hands of Greening. The House will try to go again. Greening trying to go again. It's the second row, dropping back into the pocket. It's the fly half in McGovern. And a high kick that'll just sit over halfway through the hands of a couple of Quins players. Knocked on, will come back for the scrum for the Powerhouse side. Rugby Victoria Premiership grade rugby on the Match of the Day program. Quins and Powerhouse. Of course, plenty of Dewar Shield games happening around the competition today on this historic day in Australian rugby. Scrum collapsed without the ball being fed. So we'll do it all again. Around the grounds in the Dewar Shield today. Kiwis host Moorabbin. Footscray host Endeavour Hills. Melbourne University have the bye. And Melbourne travel to Box Hill, who've scored an early try. Only score update thus far. Couple of minutes into this one. Across the reserve grade, Powerhouse beat the Quins 37-12 after losing the third grade game by 1 point. Unicorns went 88-7 winners at Box Hill. Kiwis beat Moorabbin 41-10, and Footscray beat Endeavour Hills 43-24. Scrum penalty win for the Quins. And they'll kick out for the corner with a Harlequin side. Out right near the 22. Fantastic kick. And early pressure applied by the Quins. Of course, the House fresh off a bye, but their last outing was away to Box Hill, 66-17 winners on that occasion. Whilst the Quins are fresh off a road win down at Moorabbin, 67-12, Saturday last. Line out to come. Line out thrown deep, one in the air by Powerhouse and Greening. We're expecting a fantastic contest. Rugby Victoria's Dewar Shield. Back into the pocket. Goes McGovern. Will kick it up. Sets it up into halfway for the fullback in Akerson. Akerson on a nice little run. 10 metres past halfway. Picking it out was Bradley. And trying with a big drive through centre field. Trying to go Hawp. The Quins might just be able to settle. Fast flowing action early. Taylor unable to get through. Into the second rower of Rooston, the William variety. Back centre field. Into Nicholas Rooston. Couple of passes out. Cialii. Into the running Coates. It's been knocked on. It will come back penalty advantage. There was an offside penalty. Pulled out. About 30 from home. Akerson kicks and puts that out. 7 or so from home. Rugby Victoria's Match of the Day program. Powerhouse and Harlequins. Two of Victoria's strongest sides traditionally. Line out, not thrown straight. Powerhouse with the free kick. McGovern to kick. Sets it up high. Won't find touch on that occasion. 40 metres from home now. Akerson with a crossfield kick. Got to find the winger out perfectly. And here he goes, Mafaleo. Lavea now. Coming through now, second rower in, Clark. Unable to make any metres gained. The running prop unable to get through. Pangai. Crossfield kick. Here comes the hooker in Taylor. Loses his footing. Offload back. Fly half unable to get through. 5 from home now, Harlequins. Quins have been impressive in recent weeks. Clark now. Trying to get through scrum half was Gary Bradley. Went himself. Push back to probably 10 from home now. Akerson into Payongo. Dances around, nice drive. Still a couple from home. The pick and go for the line. Still a good 5 to play out. Clark gets himself into position. Ball's been knocked on by Powerhouse. Scrum on the 5 metre line. Quins to feed. Has been a relatively successful day for Powerhouse today, only dropping the 3rd grade game by a point. They won in the Lindros Cup a little earlier on our Match of the Day program. To Melbourne University, big push from the house in the scrum. Going to be hooked back. Bradley has it. Now the centres combined. Sealau pushed over. Bradley to go wide. And Quins to strike first. 5-0 Harlequins. Kick to come. So the Harlequin side with all the attacking early. Found the try line first. 5-0. Kick to come on the far side from the fullback in Taylor Akerson. Rugby Victoria's Match of the Day program. Akerson kicks. Sets it up. It's sailing out to the right. And that's where it'll stay. Score stays 5-0. Quins with the early advantage. Fantastic crowd building at Albert Park for this round 11 clash. McGovern for Powerhouse to get us back underway. Some scores early for you around the Dewar Shield. Grabbing a 5-0 up at Kiwi Hawthorn. Taken in the air by Coates of the Harlequin side. Melbourne a 7-0 up at Box Hill. Up and under kick. And in the offside position was the Quids midfielder. So we'll come back for a penalty for the Powerhouse side. To this point in the first half, all away teams are winning or leading across the Dewar Shield. McGovern kicks for the corner. Gets that out in the in-goal area. And we'll come back to the kicking spot. Now on a scrum from the position. So Quins in control early. First couple of minutes. This Dewar Shield clash. Rugby Victoria's Match of the Day. Two formidable sides across Victorian rugby history. Sets a call, big push from Powerhouse. Scrum turns right, but they'll end up with it. The Quins. Bradley. They'll need to pick it out. Trying to get through as the second rower in Clark. That looks to be Taylor. Dropping back into the pocket and kicking for territory. Back up towards halfway. Taken cleanly in the air by McHenry. And now Mallon's a fullback to go. Fegan. Back up now, centre field into Watson. Gets the offload. Eberhardt was there, won't take it. Now into the hands of McDonald. Running on this side. In the wing for Powerhouse is Huddleston. Stands over the ball. Into centre field. Quinn's appealing for no release. They're playing a man down at the moment. Crossfield kick from Mallons. Sets it up. And into touch it'll go. Time off in this first half. Quinn's player behind the ball. Line out to come. So a replacement in midfield for the Quinn side. So it's back to 15 on 15. Line out thrown, one in the air by Clark. And then cut up through centre field now. Trying to run. Ciali'i. Up over the 22. Went Clark. Dropping back into the pocket and kicking again for territory to this near side. It'll bounce towards touch and out. Line out to come in front of our broadcast position. Quins 5, Powerhouse yet to score. Captain Eberhardt to throw on halfway. Line out thrown, one in the air by House. Then come up through the midfield. Into the hands of McGovern now. Gets his offload. Playing quickly into Huddleston now. 10 metres past halfway. To Axtons. Not rolling away. Penalty advantage for the House. McGovern. Watson. Still 10 past halfway. Still with the advantage. McGovern. Eberhardt. Nowhere to go. We'll just take the tackle. Bit going on this near side. Ball continues to play up in midfield. Here comes the centres combined. We'll come back. No advantage. Penalty in midfield. So McGovern with a penalty. 10 inside their own half. We'll kick this into the corner. Kick the last one out. Dead in the in-goal area. That one's a little bit better inside the 22. Line out to come for Powerhouse. Eberhardt to throw the line out. Throw goes deep. Not one by anyone in the air. Referee says it's gone backwards, so the House can play if they can get onto it. Knocked on by the Quins. Scrum to come, Powerhouse feed. Another Quins player down. Already made one change at the moment. Tom Pattinson coming onto the park for the Harlequin side. Time off for the moment. So we last saw the Quins on the match of the day a couple of weeks ago at home to Footscray. They led for about an hour before going down late to the Footscray, undefeated Footscray side. Powerhouse we last saw out here on Ladies' Day. Where they had a fantastic win in their Dewar Shield Premiership defence. We'll wait the outcome of this medical attention. So just the one score thus far, 5-0 at the moment. So up and okay, continuing is the Quins' second rower. We'll wait this scrum to be fed by Bramley of the Powerhouse side. Expect another physical scrum to come. Sets a call, collapses immediately. I won't try and explain that one to you, the dark arts of scrummaging. We'll let the rebuild go a couple of metres back into centre field. Almost 20 minutes gone. Sets a call. Holding for the moment. House feed it. Big push from the Quins. We'll come back for another scrum. Sets a call. House still with the feed. That's it, hooked it out. Taken from Axton's back into Bramley, into centre field. Was that knocked on again? Quins with a big win. Another scrum to come this time. Back towards the middle of the park. Quins to feed it. Of course, a big day for Australian rugby. British and Irish Lions are back on our shores for the first time in 12 years. They will face the Western Force tonight in Perth. But for the time being, Dewar Shield, Quins and Powerhouse. Quins with the early advantage and a scrum on this occasion. Ball fed in. Hard to tell where the ball is. Hooks back, they're going to win it. Here Bradley for the Harlequin side. And they picked out a penalty for Harlequins. 12 metres to halfway. Akerson to kick it out on that far side. Keeps it in touch, nicely done by the Powerhouse player in McHenry. Chance to build some territory. McGovern kicks it away. Akerson to sit and a set. Kicks it again. Nice little torpedo punt. Right back to Mullins. Kicks it one more time. Players told to retreat. The Quins will kick again. Fourth kick in a row. Can we make it 5? McGovern with it. Crunched into the turf. Counter ruck. Not quite good enough for the Quins to win it. Push the house back into their own half. Eberhardt now. Offload. Crunching tackle. McBride run it. McGovern. Into McHenry. 10 from halfway. Eberhardt again. Drops it back into the pocket for McGovern. He can go the clearing kick. To Mathaleo. Akerson the fullback. Goes the big kick for Bramley. He drops it. Fortunately, backwards for him. Mullins. Big up and under kick. Running onto it. And into touch was Bradley.
Good save, man.
Line out for Powerhouse. And they win that little territory battle. Eberhardt to throw the line out. Rugby Victoria's match of the day. Powerhouse Harlequins from Elwood Park. Eberhardt throws. Quick line out. And they'll go up through centre field into Huddleston. McGovern. Trying to get through was McHenry. Huddleston again. Trying to clear out the ruck. House can now go up centre field. That's McDonald. Crunching tackle. And a penalty for Powerhouse. Kick this into their 22, you'd imagine. And build the rolling maul that has been so successful in season 2025. McGovern kicks. And out. Score 10 metres from home. Chance to find first points for Powerhouse. This line out to come from Eberhardt again. Goes and wins it in the air. Rolling maul ensures. Pushed back by the Quins. Eberhardt has to get it out. And it's Bramley who works it up centre field. Eberhardt has 2 to beat. McBride. And then out to Axtons. And now on the far side, the back rower in Moore. Ball spills loose. And we'll come back for the penalty for offside. McGovern to kick for the corner. We'll do it all again with the rolling maul. Line out thrown deep. And here comes the maul. Eberhardt to stand at the back of it. He takes it. Held up. Trying to come through now, Axtons. Still short, Powerhouse. Advancing toward the line. Pick and go. Both sides appealing for penalties. And we'll come back for one. With the advantage still 10 from home at Powerhouse. Kicked out into the corner. So Pattinson can go back off. That head assessment looks to be all good. So back to the starting 15 for the Quins. Line out about to come from Eberhardt. We'll get just scores from around the Dewar Shield quickly. Line out thrown, one in the air by Greening. They can try and push Powerhouse. Quins defence has held up well to this point. Eberhardt out the back of it, ball in hand. Penalty advantage, try. Try time to the captain. All locked up at 5 points each. Kick to come, Eberhardt with the try. Score at 5 points each. McGowan to try and convert this try. So kick to come. They can take the full 7 points on offer. Eberhardt with the opener for the home side. Scoring the try with the penalty advantage. McGowan to kick. Curls back nicely. 7-5, Powerhouse with the advantage. Scores quickly around the Dewar Shield. Out at Kiwi Hawthorn. Moorabbin 17-3, the goods there. Melbourne have scored 3 converted tries at Box Hill. And Footscray 14-5 against Endeavour Hills. Whilst Melbourne University, of course, have the bye in round 11. An intriguing matchup for Powerhouse, who have to pay Footscray next Saturday. Short little kickoff. Trying to get through there, McBride. And now a big line break for McDonald. What can the midfielder do? Held up at the 22. And a penalty one for the Quins. Akerson, the fullback for Harlequins, will try to kick this into touch in a broadcast position out over halfway. Line out to come for the Quins. Line out to come to be thrown by Taylor of the Harlequin side. Line out thrown, one in the air by Quins, and they can go now up centre field. Trying to make his way through. It was Rooston. Now into Clark. Hooker got in the way and ends up with a knock on for the Harlequin side. Pressure applied by Powerhouse. Scrum to come on halfway to be fed by Bramley of the Powerhouse side. Sets a call. Scrum holding up, big push from the Quins. They'll get away with it now. McGovern up over halfway. Gets his hands off into McHenry. The centres combining for good running metres. Has to pick this out. McGovern into Watson. Couple of hands off. Probably more likely than not knocked on. I don't think offside though. Axons and the Powerhouse players alike appeal for the penalty. I don't think they'll get it. Just be a scrum for knock on. 10 metres past halfway. Powerhouse attacking half. Fantastic crowd in for this one. These two famous Victorian rugby sides, Quins and Powerhouse. Scrum penalty for the Quins, big win. And they can go and exit their half for the first time in some time. 7-5's the score. Akerson to punt this down the line. Terrific kick from the Quins fullback. Sends them 30 metres to good and 30 metres from home. Thrown and one in the air. And they can go now up through the midfielder and Cialiti. Picks it out. Clark. Couple of passes. Seal out. Five-eighth trying to get through. House might have won it there in the ruck. They have spills out for them. Just when you thought they got away with it, ball knocked on, scrum to come for the Queens. Sets a call. Scrum fed by Bradley of the Quins. Up in the centre field. Ball now. Losing it forward with Seal out. It didn't matter anyway because there was a forward pass. House stand up with it. Tight game in this early opening 35 minutes. Couple to go till half time. Score's locked in at 7-5. This conversion, all that separates Powerhouse and Harlequins. Scrum to be fed by Bramley. Sets a call. Scrum comes down, ball's out though. McGovern kicks. Coming back onto it was Akerson. 10 from halfway. Tries to dance around a couple, held up though. And a big penalty win for Powerhouse inside their attacking half. Another chance for territory gain for the home side. McGovern to punt this down the line. Kicks that out into the trees. Line out to come. Eberhardt to throw. Couple of minutes ago in this first half, Rugby Victoria's match of the day. Line out to be thrown by the house. I'll go deep line out this time, one in the air by Moore. They come up through centre field now. McGovern's got it. Gets his hands off. And some Mullins. He's held up immediately though. Penalty win for the Quins. They held on to that ball. And Lopez and the Quins players alike can celebrate. Akerson kick this out into touch. If you can hook this around past halfway, it'd be a good result. It's not going to find touch. Running back onto it will be Huddleston for Powerhouse. Back on the 22. It has sent them fair way back. Big up and under kick. Hard to tell who's onside and not. Winning it in the air was Rooston. Ball went loose. Quickly won back by the Quins. Trying to get through Bradley. Fly half play, scrum half. They'll try to go far side. Coates. Lavea. Bradley pulls it back for Akerson. Couple of passes and go. On to halfway. Lopez now. Has one more in Mafaleo if he can get there. Pass might have gone forward. Ball knocked on. Scrum to come. For the Powerhouse side. Still 7-5. Quins getting the first try of the match. Powerhouse hitting back maybe 10 or so minutes ago through their captain in Jared Eberhardt. Waiting this scrum to be built. Referee wants them to rebuild the scrum. So still Powerhouse scrum. Edging towards half time. Big push from the Quins. Ball hooked back. The Quins will win the scrum. Fantastic result for the away side. And hands in the ruck. So they'll get a penalty out, all of it. The Quins are holding up well against the reigning premiers. Akerson will kick this to the corner. We'll build for a Harlequin line out. Five from home for the Quins. Into red time in this first half. We had a couple of breaks in play, so we'll imagine this half will go a couple over the allotted 40 minutes. Full line out, deep line out. One in the air nicely by Lucas. The House get away with that one. Rooston thought about the counter ruck, didn't take it. McGovern drops back into the pocket and out into touch. Quins with another line out. Throwing this line out for the Harlequin side, Christian Taylor. Shorter line out. One out the back by Powerhouse. And Lucas again. McGovern will be fed into the pocket and kick this. Not into touch though, running onto it. Mafaleo goes on a nice little run up to 22. Come for a penalty for offside. Powerhouse on that occasion. Edging toward half-time. McGovern will kick this out in touch over halfway. Has found touch in the end. Trying to keep it in was Bradley for the Quins. Line out to come. 26 or so from home. Still 7-5. Quins can keep the score to a 2-point margin to half-time. Count that as a big tick, big positive. Line out thrown, one in the air, tapped back. Running onto it was McBride for Powerhouse. Going to come into Groden now. Ball knocks back. McGovern. McDonald. House were almost through there. And come McGovern. Into Lucas. McGovern one more time. 9-10 combining. McDonald again. Driving through the 22. McGovern thought about the dummy. Gets the hands off into Lucas. We'll come back for a penalty call. Now it's up and go quickly is Greening. Couple of metres made. Counter ruck good from the Quins. And they'll win the penalty. Fantastic result for the away side. Eberhardt, the captain for Powerhouse, will plead his case, but Quins get away with that one. Deep into red time, because we had a couple of breaks earlier in the game for a couple of injuries. Ball kicked out, it'll find touch. Will come for the line out. Still inside their own half, the Quins. Cormac Roden for Powerhouse. Getting a little bit of attention from medical staff. Heard it there, this will be the last play of the first half. And so Groden will have to exit the park with a head knock and somewhat of a blood replacement for the home side to come on. Is the number 18, Rico Webster. So line out to come for the Quins. Deep line out one. Can they go end to end here? Up through centre field, getting his hands off. We'll see a penalty win for the House. So McGovern to kick for the corner and try and find some late points. Ball won't find touch. Quins will just kick it into touch. And we'll call for half-time. 7-5. The Quins, despite scoring first, trailed at half-time. Round 11 for Rugby Victoria and the Dewar Shield. The match of the day here, Powerhouse and Harlequins at 7-5, first half try scorers. It was first Tino Lavea in the 12th minute, try unconverted, and then Powerhouse 15 minutes later in the 27th minute, Jared Eberhardt scoring and McGovern converting the try. So 7-5 at the moment in this game. Half time around the grounds. Moorabbin lead at Kiwis 22-3. Melbourne lead at Box Hill 42-0. And Footscray a 14-13 the goods at home to Endeavour Hills. An intriguing match considering how the season is shaping out. It's first versus fourth out at Footscray. And the Dogs yet to go undefeated. Endeavour Hills giving them a right old crack. Throughout the day though, Store Local Lindroth Cup finished up a little bit earlier in round 10. Endeavour Hills beating Footscray 33-15 on that occasion. And Powerhouse winning here in our earlier program of the match of the day, 38-0 against Melbourne University. Across the Dewar Shield reserve grade, Powerhouse beat the Quins 37-12. Melbourne beat Box Hill 88-7. Kiwis beat Moorabbin 41-10. And Footscray beat Endeavour Hills 43-24. Across the third grade comp, it was a fantastic game here at Albert Park. The Quins beating Powerhouse 20-19. Melbourne beat Box Hill 45-24. And Footscray beating Endeavour Hills 38-12. Awaiting the second half kick-off this historic day in Australian rugby. British and Irish Lions back on Australian shores for the first time in 12 years. In Perth tonight against the Western Force. Before making their way around the country and then coming to Melbourne in about a month's time, last week of July. They play that First Nations Pacifica 15 on the Tuesday night before the MCG test on the Saturday night. That weekend across the Dewar Shield will be Friday night matches. Plenty of activations happening around the grounds, including at Melbourne and at Box Hill. Pre-match to the Dewar Shield games. So here it is 7-5. We're about to get back underway with Taylor Akerson. Currently at Box Hill, it's Melbourne 49-0 at halftime. At Hawthorn, it's Kiwis 3, Moorabbin 22, and Footscray 14-13 against Endeavour Hills. Across the Dewar Shield Premier Grade. Ready to get going again. Quins running right to left. Predominantly white jersey. Powerhouse left to right. Their traditional green and black hoops. One in the air by the House. They'll retain possession from kickoff. Into Moore. Down from halfway, McGovern. Sets the kick up high. Akerson to take it on the ground. Tackled immediately. The referee's pulled out a knock on from Akerson. So House have the scrum inside their own attacking half. Rugby Victoria's match of the day program. Quins and Powerhouse. Toby Hansen here with you on the call. Wherever you're tuned in from around the world, welcome. Sets a call. Big push from the Quins. It'll be fed by the House. Fantastic push from the Quins. Ball was knocked on in the end by the Powerhouse player. And we'll do it all again. This time with a Harlequin feed. So this scrum to be fed by Gary Bradley of the Harlequin Club. and pushed well by the Quins. They'll come up through midfield. Kicking 10 from halfway. Trying to set it up for the midfielder in Cialiti. One in the air by Powerhouse. And a penalty win for Powerhouse from that contest. Ball kicked out over the 10-metre mark by McGovern. Fantastic crowd for these two historical Victorian rugby clubs. Eberhardt to throw. Deep line out, one in the air by Axtons. And now up through centre field. McGovern has it. Gets his hands off. Big hit on McHenry. They'll keep it at the ruck. McDonald. Ends up with Webster. The pass was forward. Quins with another scrum. So the Quins to feed this scrum. Put in by Bradley. Pushed well by the away side. Ball's been hooked back for Powerhouse. Only for so much. Penalty, scrum penalty win. And Agerson will try to kick this out and win some territory. Not going to quite find touch. House can go. Up and under kick. Coming back. One in the air well by Coates of the Quins. Perhaps thought about the 50-22 CLE. Now short side into Mafaleo. Kicks it forward. It's now just a foot race. Powerhouse can go. Just run it up the line. Greening had the ball. Referee gets everyone back on side and we can go again. Big tackle from all angles on Axtons. Eberhardt. Taken by two. McGovern drops back in the pocket, out over touch. Line out to come. Line out to be thrown by Taylor of the Harlequin side. 10 metres from halfway, still in their own half. We'll wait this line out throw. We're going to go deep line out the Quins. One in the air, in the attacking half. Trying to come up through the middle there was Hewitt. Couple of passes. Now going far side into Cialau. Big tackle from McDonald. Quins retained possession. And a penalty one for the Quins side, and they'll gain 10 metres with it. Penalty for collapsing the ruck. Agerson will kick this out into the corner, and we'll build for a line out on that far side. Powerhouse 7, Harlequins 5. Kick this truly into touch. Inside their 22. Line out to come. Line out throwing one in the air by Clark. Ball ensues for the Harlequin side. Out the back of it is the hooker Taylor. Bradley's going to pull it out of the maul. Or try to. Advantage to the minute. No advantage for the Harlequin side. Referee's going to have a chat with Captain Everhart. Almost as if there's a card on the way. I wouldn't imagine so, though. Penalty come for the Quins. All fine, stay as it is. Agerson to kick this into touch. Almost gone 10 minutes in this second half. Kicks it straight and out. Just over 5 minutes to go until that try line. Quins to throw this line out. And hooker Christian Taylor. A replacement in the back line for the Harlequin side. Get those replacements for you in just a minute. Line out to come. Spills out the back. Powerhouse take possession. Got it. McGovern drops back into the pocket. The clearing kick up to halfway. Spills out into touch. Massive territory win for the Powerhouse side. Quins to throw the line out. So a change at 9 for the Harlequin side. Actually in the park, Gary Bradley on for him, Emiliano Wortley. Line out thrown, short, won by Clark. And Taylor goes on a bit of a run. Nice little set play from the Quins. Into Clark now. They've gone 10 past halfway. And have won a penalty in that position. Quins controlling play these last couple of minutes. Kick goes out over the 22. Another line out to come. Still stuck at 7-5 was the halftime score. Line out thrown deep. Comes off the hands of the second rower in Coates. Ball ended up going forward, knocked on. Scrum to come, Powerhouse. Rugby Victoria's match of the day has produced a fantastic contest. 7-5 still after 52 minutes. Early push from Powerhouse. We'll have to do it again. Sun starting to set here at Albert Park. It's only get a little bit darker this last half an hour. Plenty of rugby football still to be played. Who will strike first in this second half? Powerhouse scrum. Big push from the Quins. They'll get it out. McGovern is going to go the clear and kick again. Wally's there in centre field. He'll end up with it. Wanted to try get it out to Lavea. Didn't have time. Couple of passes. Hoare now. There's a House player in the ruck. But holding on to it was Harlequins. A feisty contest for an age-old rivalry. McGovern to kick this out into touch over the 22. Powerhouse's first chance at points in the second half. Line out to be thrown by Powerhouse captain Eberhardt. Deep line out. Here comes the maul. Eberhardt out the back of it. Couple of House replacements to tell you about. Little flick pass. Short side, had to keep his feet, didn't. Couple short. Trying to drive for the line. Fly from home. Trying to get through there. Axtons. Got an outnumber out wide. I'll think about a pick and go. McGovern. Ball has gone backwards. Squirts out of the ruck. They'll try go again. McBride. Everything settles now. Axton's into Webster. Webster on the 22. Keep going this short side. Eberhardt. Thought about the flick pass again. Didn't take it. Takes a tackle instead. Up through centre field. McHenry. McDonald. Axtons. And back for the line. Ball spills out at the last moment. And we'll come back for a penalty advantage in centre field. Penalty for offside. What will Powerhouse do? Take a moment in play for Quins player down behind play. Looks like they're going to take points on offer. They will, so in a tight game like this, they'll take what they can. There's 3 available for them, and to stretch this lead out to a 5-point margin. McGovern to kick. McGovern converting the earlier try from a harder position from memory. Scores at 10-5. Let's get back underway through Wortley. Deeper kickoff on this near side. Fagan now. Up past the 22. Goes the box kick, pushing him back up past 10. Hall thinks about kicking. Won't on this occasion, held up with a great little tackle, helped out by Axons. Keeping the ball at the ruck of the Quins. Almost with the line break. And now a chance to go. Out is Coates. Couple of passes lost forward. Powerhouse retain possession. Or regain possession rather. We'll come back for the scrum on the 22. Here on Rugby Victoria's Match of the Day, we are 60 odd minutes into this clash, 10-5. Most recent score being a penalty kick from McGovern of the Powerhouse side. Quins scoring first and had all the run of play in the opening 10 minutes of this second half. The time off at the moment. Injured player for the Powerhouse side behind play, seeking a bit of medical attention. So when we do restart, it'll be a Powerhouse scrum on their defensive 22. Scores for you quickly around the grounds. Moorabbin lead at Hawthorn against the Kiwis, 27-15. Melbourne lead Box Hill, 61-0. And Endeavour Hills have taken the lead at the Dog Pound, 18-14 against Footscray. Early push from the Quins results in a free kick to the Powerhouse side. Still 10-5 here. McGovern kicks it towards Harch. It might just find there with an unlucky bounce. Socket forward. They're trying to get through here. Silly. Quins player offside. Referee pulls out another penalty for the home team.
Better tempo, boys, better tempo. Let's go.
Ball kicked out, into touch, line out to come for the Powerhouse team. Line out thrown, one by Powerhouse, slapped back. Trying to get it through. Moore jumps on the footy. Ball pulled out and they can go. McCullough. Big penalty win for Harlequins, holding on halfway.
JC, let's get lower.
Kicked out into touch, line out to come on the 22. Harlequins attacking third. Changes in the Quins front row. Lakina Latolo comes on. Exiting is Rooston. Line out one by the Quins, can come up through centre field in Hewitt. Plenty of numbers out wide if they can get there. Hoare into the centre of Cialo. Want to keep going short side. This is Lopez. And trying to crush their way through with little success at the minute. Hewitt again. Dummy pass and into Hoare. Gets the offload into Coates. Couple from home now, the Quins. Penalty advantage, free hit at it. Dixon. Hoare picks it out for Rooston. Big hit off plate. They can go pushing for the line. Harlequins try. Referee in touch. We'll have a chat about it. Try time, Quins. Scores locked up at 10 apiece. Kick to come.
Well done, Quinn.
Quins with a huge try in the context of this match. We're back at 10 apiece. After the heartbreak that was a couple of weeks ago at home to Footscray. Wortley to put another 2 on the board. Kicks through it. Sneaks in. Quins back in front, 12-10. And boy, do we have a game on our hands. House to get us back underway through McGovern. Go the short kick off. Just finds it nicely. McDonald. House retained possession from kickoff. Into Mellons. He's hit hard. Eberhard was there for him. They're going to go short side though. Lucas. Mellons again. Into the running Webster. Now up through centre field. Here we go, near side, Fegan the wing up. Goes a goose step, tackled by 2. House just edging away territory. Trying to get through there was Bailey. The replacement in the number 19 jersey. Back centre field. McHenry hands off to McDonald. Centres combined. Ball squirts out of the ruck. Quins players want to not releasing penalty. They'll keep playing though. Mallins runs straight. Fegan into Bailey. Going to go short side because they've got the replacement winger and more to try and run onto it. Quins will hold on. We're going to come back for a penalty for offside for Powerhouse. 2 points of difference. More with ball in hand. Supporters want them to take the points. That'll put them back in the lead. Exactly what they'll do. They'll wait for the tee and the subsequent quick. So Maximilian Moore to kick for goal. And to see the home side back in the lead. Kicks it outright, swings back, sneaks through. House lead by 1. So we'll have about 15 or so to play. 1 point ball game. 13-12. Back underway. Exiting immediately from kickoff into the hands of Coates. Now Hoare. Back up through centre field they go. Wortley into Mafaleo. On to halfway. Pick and go. Gaining a couple of metres, trying to win in the ruck was Powerhouse. Quins hold on to it. Litolo. There's an outnumber short side if the Quins can get it out quick. Wortley. High pass. Lopez. Crunching tackle. Fends him off. Back up through the guts now. Fitzgerald. Wortley. Cialii. Far side, great tackle. Held up is Mafaleo. Trying to win at the ruck, Powerhouse. Quins retain. Pass halfway. Just. Short side again. Coates gets a handoff. Big intercept from Powerhouse. Powerhouse try. Eamon McCullough is cool as you like. (18-12). Kick to come. House have scored a 50-metre try. Try converted. Try on that occasion from Michael McDermott. So Powerhouse, 8 points to good. Need 2 scores from the Quins at least to get back in lead. Tat back from touch, going backwards. Going to come for a scrum. It'll be Harlequins scrum.
Come on, Sid! You can do it. Keep it up, man. Crouch!
That's a call. Collapsing immediately.
I don't want it, boys!
8 points the margin. 2 scores at least for Quins to find the lead. About 10 or so minutes to go.
Come on, fellas, drive it. Concentrate on the drive.
That's a call. Ball fed by the Quins. Big push. Ball comes out, edging towards the 22. Going to come back for the penalty for the Harlequin side. And you'll imagine here Wortley will kick for the corner. Out into touch. 5 from home. Of course, tonight, British and Irish Lions start their Australian tour in Perth against the Western Force. But for the moment, Dewar Shield action, match of the day. Quins and Powerhouse, it's an 8-point margin at the moment. But can the Quins strike back? One in the air, advantage for the Quins. So a free hit at it. Trying to get through Piongo. Pick out now through midfield into Coates. And out to the far side. Sealau for the line. They're going to get there. Oh yeah, Quinn strike back. 2017. Exactly the result the Harlequin side were after. Bouncing strike back. A successful conversion kick here. Puts them back within a point. Inside the final 10 minutes. Emiliano Wortley to kick. Kick's good, flags are up, 2 more on the board. 20 points to 19, the Quins are down by 1. As we approach red time. We'll await this restart. Mullins kicks high and long. Going to run straight is Hewitt. And breaking through. Back into the pocket, Wardley. Go straight up midfield. Ball's gone backwards, says the referee. So McHenry gets another chance at it. On to 10. Ballsway knocks forward. Quins get the scrum. An ongoing story when the Harlequin side are involved in match of the day. It truly is match of the day. 1 point margin. You'd say at least 5 minutes to go. Will await set. Set's caught. Ball fed. Quinn staying steady. Big push. Advantage. And they'll get the penalty. Smart football by Harlequins. And Dixon there. 1 point margin. Out into touch. It'll find it.
Come on. You can do it.
Quins will have a line out on their 22. Line out to be thrown by Captain Payongo. Celebrated his 50th game a couple of weeks ago. Deep line out incoming. One in the air. Dixon gets it into Ciali'i. Couple of hands off. Fitzgerald, one of them. Ball's gone right back. Hall. Great tackle by McDonald. Trying to get through there. Coates. Ball spills out. Penalty for not releasing. Quinn's another chance to infiltrate the Powerhouse 22. They're going to go for goal instead. Late in this game, they're going to take 3 points when on offered. They need every bit of this 42-metre kick. Four minutes left. We'll await this kick. It's going to drop short. Powerhouse will get away with it. They'll go clear and kick themselves up the guts. Chance to go again. Wardley kicks over into the corner. There's a man back there. It was McDermott, the try scorer for Powerhouse. Back to Hall. Powerhouse defenders, fine touch to stop the 50-22. Now, the midfielder and Cialau. Quins have to keep going. Hewitt. Payongo. Keeping possession, Ciali'i now out wide. Mafaleo out wide. They're setting up to come back through midfield. Fitzgerald. Ciali'i. It's a Wardley. Wardley goes on a run. Far pass. Lavea. Into touch. Oh boy. Touch wins in the end. And the House get away with it. Couple minutes to play. 1 point margin. Rugby Victoria's match of the day. Probably 2 minutes to play, if that. Deep line out. Can the Quins win it? House have retained possession, they've knocked it on. Quins with a scrum. Couple from home. Perhaps the last roll of the dice for the Harlequin side. It is currently Powerhouse 20. Harlequins 19. Deep into red time. Final minute or so. We've been here before with the Quins. Scrum fed, big push. Scrum, penalty, advantage to the Harlequin side. Pushing for the line. Just short. We'll come back up through midfield. Hall. Again, just short for the Harlequins. Wortley just missed the penalty kick. House are holding up for the moment. We'll come back for the penalty. So a yellow card to the Powerhouse player. It'll be a penalty for the Quins. They've got to kick for goal. They've got to. Exactly what they'll do. Emiliano Wortley to have a second crack at taking three. Got an injury behind play, we'll have time off. We'll just wait a moment. Tension keeps building. We'll get you some scores quickly from around the Dewar Shield. While we have this break in play. Just quickly, Moorabbin 44, Kiwi Hawthorn 15. Full time at Box Hill, Melbourne have run out 89-point winners. And Endeavour Hills look to be on track to beat Footscray 26-21. Wortley to kick. 1 point deficit. Wortley kicks! And Harlequins win! A famous victory for a famous rugby club. Quins winning it at the death. 22-20. And their sixth victory in season 2025.